For those people who haven't listened to this podcast yet, look it up. It's going to be in the description box below on YouTube if you're listening on YouTube. I had them on the show, and one of the most memorable moments during that interview was when you told me the rule of 3 and 10. So for those people who don't understand, what is the rule of 3 and 10? Patrick, what is the rule of 3 and 10 again?
It's like when shit breaks in your company. It's basically it's these orders of abstractness that get introduced to your org structure as your company grows. So when you're just a founder, it's just you. You don't have to delegate to anybody. Solopreneur. Mm-hmm. And then you have 3 people in your company, and all of a sudden you have to delegate some stuff and let go of some stuff. And so there's a transition that happens there. There's a transformation or a revolution that happens.
Yep.
And then you're okay. And then you get to 10 people in your company, and all of a sudden there's going to be somebody that's not directly reporting to you anymore.
So layers now.
Now you have layers.
Uh-huh.
And so now you have to deal with how to communicate your messages across multiple layers, which you never had to do before. And then it's multiples of 3 and 10 after that. So 30 is generally a time of revolution. 100 people is the time, and then 300, which is where Sprout is just going to now, which I'll tell you about a little bit later.
So the biggest we've gotten was at around 60. That's my biggest headcount.
Wow.
2 markets.
Wow.
So Philippines and Indonesia.
And 2 markets.
It's hard. So let me tell you.
That whole 2 market thing is a whole...
Bruh, it's hard. It's super hard. But okay, let me walk you through. So I thought I had to... When you told me about this, I even said the rule of 3 and 10 in a town hall one day.
Yeah, nice.
Guys, I know things are breaking because we're just going through the rule of 3 and 10.
Yeah.
I was even telling them about it. But my God, when it hit, I didn't even know it was hitting me.
Yeah.
And number 2, there's no playbook. Yeah. Yes, you can be aware of it. Yeah. But what the fuck is going on? There's just so much chaos going on. So
that's right.
I'll walk you through what happened in PNA.
Yeah.
So when we met 2020, right? We just literally released our very first angel round, right? Angel round. We have some money, right? My team's less than 10.
Yeah.
Easy. Everything's a direct one down.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And prior in my previous teams in Party File and Chatbot PH, my peak's around 20. And maybe there's 2 layers, but everything is still directly one down. I know them.
Yeah.
When I look at their Slack, I know who that person is.
Yeah, super.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened. All of a sudden, so this is the layer that I never knew that was going to happen in pandemic. Pandemic, we grew exponentially because during the pandemic, people were stuck at home. Yeah. Everybody wanted to be a podcaster.
Yeah.
We were the supercharger to do that.
Yeah.
So as you grow your supply, you have to scale your team.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of a sudden, so we grew that and we were able to raise our seeds. We raised $750K.
Wow.
Right? So, great. I thought it was all fine and dandy. We have the best podcasters. All of these are chart toppers, blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
But now, there's this new set of people that are working with me in Slack remotely that do not know me and my antics.
Yeah.
And do not know that... Why does this guy cuss so much? Why is he so intense? Is he the devil incarnate? Is he a monster? Why does he work? Why does he hustle? Why is hustling so freaking toxic?
Yeah, yeah.
That before, in Party File and Chat, I never change.
Yeah.
It's just that these guys have never seen me in person. Yeah. That I will push you hard.
Yeah.
But bro, during merienda time, I'll ask you, do you want donut?
Yeah.
Right? I don't have the donut moment anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's true.
And now all of a sudden, there's 2 layers of it. Where, and here's where my biggest problem was. I thought, mistake number 1.
Yeah.
I thought those people that were me at the earliest stage of the game, when the time comes, just because they were good at what they were doing, they would be ready to lead a team.
Yeah. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Was I wrong? Because I dealt with this shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I dealt with? People who are superstars and they're really young. It's not their fault. But I wish I knew this better. When they're super young, they just don't know how to delegate.
Yeah. Yeah.
My biggest problem before was like, hey, why are you so overworked?
Yeah.
And I look at the load of your people, and they're chill. Right. Huh? How does that work? And the mindset I had to battle with just because they were so young. It's like, I don't want to delegate because I don't want to make them go through pain. What?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when shit breaks, where do the fingers point?
Yeah. That's right. Back to you. Yep. That's right. They're always going to
point. And now there is this mutiny. All of a sudden, I was the devil incarnate. I'm like, what? Well, I'd never go to work and say, hey, let's fuck people up.
Yeah. That's right.
I want to know how you guys went through this because, my God.
Cast that way.
My God. Yeah. It was so hard. And then the realize is that the middle management, there's a real, who I put there really matters. Because experience and age really comes into play. Because I don't care if you're a superstar producer. You're a superstar creative.
Yeah.
But if you don't get the basic tenet that you need to delegate so that we can all balance out the boat, then you're not ready for the prime time.
Yeah. Yep.
Right?
Nope. Yep. Super.
So how did you go through
one of those consequences of those like 3 and that 3 and 10 rule is like, it's not always right at 30 or right at 10.
No,
but
you'll never know.
But somewhere around there. And then you don't know when it's happening, right? You're like, God, why is everything so hard? And like, what's happening here? And then you realize, oh man, we're just at that point where we've grown to that level. Okay, so in Sprout, I mean, we've gone through at least 3.
Okay. 3 breakages.
Yeah, 3 breakages. So
well, the multiverse just unraveled.
Yeah, just unraveled, man. Actually, first was around 40. Wasn't 30.
What happened at 40?
30?
Okay. 30, 40.
At 40, we started having like really I guess real communication issues. It was like
how?
The communication issues were really a result of the lack of process. So 40 people was a process issue.
Okay.
40 people was like, we didn't have the processes and structures in place to like facilitate proper communication, proper like handling of accountability and tasks and things like this. And it just like, and what we noticed then, the way we noticed it was everybody coming into Sprout was like, oh my gosh, you guys are so gulo. You have no process for anything. And we're like, we're a startup, we're a startup. Being like, oh, we're a startup.
I'm looking at my team now. Does this fine resemble anything? Okay.
And it was hard to put process in place because it was like, that's like not a startup. Just like you just do shit, you get shit done, and like it's understood that everybody just works on everything and everybody gets stuff done, and that just breaks down when you start having a bigger team. So for us, that was 40.
Yes.
And then fast forward to 100. That was our second one.
Okay. At 100, what was a big issue?
Culture.
Wow. In what way? Are there now silos? Are there?
No. Well,
factions?
Yes, silos. But what it really was we didn't have a good way of communicating our culture. Like, what does it mean to be Sprout? So we had core values, but they were core values that were super loose. Like, now. That was a core value.
What does that even mean?
Like, get shit done right now. I don't care about anything else. Just do it right now. That was a core value of the start of it. And the start of Sprout, that made total sense.
Yeah.
Because in when we were first starting the company, everything was an emergency. Getting customer feedback was an emergency. A customer who was upset was an emergency. Well, a customer who's upset is always an emergency. Yeah. But like everything had to be like now. Another of our core values was like 1%. So getting 1% better every day. The 1% rule.
Yeah, yep. I've heard of this.
Yeah. So like just constant improvement.
Saul Moya of Flower Store.
Yeah.
They have that.
Nice.
The ex-Lazada boys.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. They have that 1% rule too.
Yeah. And we had 4 core values, and then they kind of were very loose. Like now is just like three words, right? 3 of the same word. Yeah. And then people started weren't really understanding, like somebody would like yell at somebody to get something done and really come down on them hard. And then they'd be like, well, it's now. And it's like, yeah, but like, that's not
don't
really
do it like that.
Yeah, not like that. But so there were really things getting lost in our culture that we had set up. And so it was like like it just was getting worse and worse, from like 100 to 110 people, 120 people. Alex and I are like, holy shit, like what's going on here?
And you don't recognize your team anymore.
Yeah, like you don't know everybody anymore. You don't know everybody by name. It's like people don't know you directly, and then they're just under some manager
the pandemic,
like
where they've never seen you in person even.
This is before. This is before.
Oh, before pa. Okay.
Yeah, this is like 2017. Like early. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, we went through these transitions.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a crisis. Like Alex and I were like, "Oh my god, this is breaking." So we redid our core values.
Okay.
We picked up a really good tip from HubSpot. The HubSpot chief product officer, I think, said, "Treat your culture like a product. The customer is your employee. So in the same way that when you're building a product, you get customer feedback all the time. So your product is your culture in this context. So you're trying to improve that product. So you're getting feedback from your employee, which is your customer of the product.
Got it.
So like we were asking our employees, what's wrong? What are the issues? We redid our core values. And we instituted our pledge, Sprout Pledge.
What is a Sprout Pledge? I pledge to Sprout that I will be poggy. What is it?
It's basically it's like a distillation of our core values, and then we did that every single day. Everybody in Sprout would stand up at 3 p.m. and recite the Sprout Pledge. I shit you not.
Wow,
we did that every day.
Okay,
it was like, guys, this is what it means to be a Sprout. Okay, and so it was like quite culty. And we were like really proud of it being really culty. So we would like joke around. I would love having interviews with people around 3 p.m. because they would come in for an interview, and then all of a sudden everybody in Sprout would stand up and recite this like sermon together.
Well, PNA guys, at least we don't have we don't have that yet.
You don't have
but look out if we at 3 p.m., 3 o'clock prayer. Okay,
seriously, yeah, it's crazy. But these are like, we really took measures to like make it really clear to everybody in Sprout what it means to be a Sproutling.
Okay,
and what is our culture? And then, of course, that's only the surface level stuff, because your culture is proven in who you fire, who you hire, all these kind of
what you tolerate.
Yeah, what you tolerate. What gets rewarded and what gets punished. These kinds of things, right? Those are really where your culture gets put on display. But you need this kind of like, we needed these fundamentals in place in a lot more like solid way. So now fast forward to 300 employees, which we hit.
Wait, before we do that, I want to ask you one important question, because you said you need to treat your culture like a product.
Yeah.
And if you're really going to treat it like a product, then you need to have a PM of your culture.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And for us, that came into form when we hired our head of HR, which was senior.
Yeah.
Because prior to this is what I was dealing with.
Yeah.
And let me know if you dealt with this shit too.
Yeah.
So, I tried asking every one person of like, what's wrong with our culture? What's wrong with you? How can we do things better?
Yeah.
And it varies, and people don't know how to decompress. So you took it all along with all the emotion. And as a founder, dude, you cared. So you're going to bring that to sleep. So it weighed down on you. Weighed down on me, weighed down on my co-founder.
Yeah.
And we felt like shit. It's like, are we really this evil?
Yeah.
Turns out we just didn't really know any better. And you need to hire a professional HR, because it really feels at that point we're around 20, 30, 40.
Yeah.
I felt like a guidance counselor.
Yeah. Yeah, you do a lot. You do. Yeah. Or
it's like, why am I dealing with this drama?
Yeah.
Because I can dissect the problem itself. Like, okay, you're demotivated. I get it.
Yeah.
How can we do things better? But imagine you have to still bring that home.
Yeah.
And you're human too. You freaking get fucked in the head as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when we started putting a professional HR who's done this before, who knows how to navigate, and we rally behind her, our retention became better, attrition became less.
Nice.
And and the whole culture just stabilized and also resembled the type of culture that I made.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay, so good. But I know that will break eventually. I want to understand from you, did you guys go through that too? Did you hire a professional PM or your HR for your product, which is your culture?
Yeah, so we promoted, so we brought on this lady as a legal counsel, actually, a lawyer, first lawyer in Sprout.
Okay.
But she had a deep HR background.
Okay.
And then she was like crushing it there. So then she became like head of legal, and then she was like legal manager, and then like head of legal.
So give her flowers. What's her name? Give her a shout out.
Arlene De Castro.
Arlene De Castro.
You get kudos. You get kudos.
For me, it's Jean Bernabe, our HR.
Nice.
Okay, there you go.
She's just like, man, she crushed it. She went like up in the org. She's now chief people and customer officer in Sprout.
Wow.
Yeah. And
so what was her superpower and what was her magic?
Well, so superpower, like beyond very deep expertise in HR, because she was an HR manager for years and years, and then put herself through law school to get her law degree.
Wow.
And then opened up a law firm and then joined
Sprout.
She has
a law firm.
Yeah, she has a law firm on the side, right? It's crazy. And then was part of Sprout. So very deep expertise in the field, but also just she and Alex and I worked so closely together for so long because she joined when we were quite small. She really knew what Sprout culture was meant to be, and then with her, same as you, with her expertise, was able to like kind of take on all the issues without getting like really like emotionally entangled.
Yes.
Because as a founder, you tend to get emotionally entangled.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're gaslighting yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that feedback, you also don't know how to unpack. And the most important thing is how do you solve it?
Yeah.
And as a founder, most of us, unless you have an HR background, are just not designed to solve that problem. Because again, for us, okay, we have a hammer. There's a mole sticking out. Whack.
Yeah.
Whack. Whack.
Like everything's
that's our move.
Everything's
whack-a-mole.
Yeah,
right? But sometimes you don't need a hammer. Sometimes you need a chisel.
That's right.
You know, to solve it. And again, the key here is when you feel like things are breaking, especially if probably you're around 2 layers down, that's when you should start considering hiring a professional HR.
Yeah, bring on some seniority.
Because I lost so many people that I wish I still have now because I just didn't have the right HR.
Yeah. Nice. That's a good lesson.
Yeah. Okay. Now, 300.
Okay.
What do you need at 300?
Oh my God, 300. Okay, so 300, we're going through it right now.
Okay.
But it's not as painful as the earlier
What's the issue now at 300?
I talked about it in the last GA, actually, our last town hall in Sprout. I told everybody, guys, I explained all this to them. Like, look, there are these times in a company where you go through this. We're at that point right now, guys.
So you did it too. You explained them the rule 3 and 10.
Yeah, I did. The whole company. Guys, this is where we're at. Okay, this happens.
Oh, man.
Why not? Get everybody on the same page. Guys, be aware of this. This is a thing.
Okay.
And I was saying, I'm trying to put my finger on it. Well, XCOM, because this has come up in XCOM, is like, shit, what's happening? I think it's an accountability thing now. Because what's happened is we have more specialization than we've ever had in the company.
Got it.
So like one project, instead of being like 1 or 2 people, is now like 5 people across 3 divisions. Because we have so much more specialization, we have so many more departments and so many more kind of functions that are very, deep, very unique. Like you have one person who's just involved with like the online content production.
Got it.
Like all these different pillars of marketing. We have different people, different agencies helping us.
Specialists.
So yeah, specialists, all specialists. So now I'm just like, the idea of like bureaucracy starts to really
so the now is a wait.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it feels like that for me. Shit, I mean, you can imagine as a founder,
used to that pace.
When I'm used to like running, it's like, wait, what is the timeline? Who's involved? Why are all these people in this meeting? I enter a meeting and there's like 6 people in it. Who needs to be here? Who doesn't need to be here? Everybody who doesn't need to be here, just get out. Save yourself the time. I just saved you the time, right? Get out. You can like join another meeting. So yeah, it feels like bureaucratic a little bit. And then we were like, So a lot of companies, what they do at that when they start getting there is they hire like program managers or project managers, and then these people, their job is to coordinate across all of these other people to get these projects done. And we were just like, fuck that. We're not going to be that company. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll get there. We'll get there, but not. No.
But you don't need a babysitter.
We don't need babysitters for people. Like so. But now it's. But we don't have it figured out. So we're figuring our way through. And next time you have me on, I'll tell you.
Tell me how you go from 300 to 600.
Exactly, from 300 to 600. Yeah, from 300 to 900. I'll tell you what we did.
My God.
But it's an accountability. I think it's an accountability thing.
Thank you so much for watching Hustleshare on YouTube. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel to get more content like this. And to get the full audio episodes of Hustleshare and Founders Only, subscribe to our podcasts at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.